The teacher can also work on an activity of phrases. She may provide different phrases to the pairs, either on slips of paper, or if she does not want to give them on slips of paper, she can write them on the board, and she may ask the students to use those phrases in their conversations while they are talking to one another, and then make them understand how to use those phrases. This activity is not possible in primary school children because it will be difficult for them to select phrases, understand the meaning of those phrases, and then use them in their conversations. For the secondary school children and higher level school learners, it would be a good exercise as a revision. So the teacher can select phrases from the textbook that the students are already using, or the lessons they have already done. They have had a reading of those phrases before, and they do have an understanding of those phrases. So the teacher selects the phrases from the text that students are already familiar with. Once these phrases are given to the students and the teacher asks them to use those phrases in their conversations, and having an understanding that the students, they all know the meaning of those phrases. In case there are some students who do not know the meaning of the phrases, the teacher may ask the other pairs to help them understand the meaning. Their activity should be interpersonal. It should be more between the students than the teacher interrupting all the time or intervening their conversations. So it should be the help given by the peers, by the class fellows, because it would be easy for them to understand when it is coming from their own fellow students. Secondly, when the students, they have an understanding of the phrases, the teacher needs to also give them a guidance by giving them examples how they are going to use those phrases. So while they are doing their conversation, again, the teacher becomes a monitor or a facilitator, going around in the classroom, going to each group, standing there for a while, not making her presence very obvious, so the students, they get conscious of her presence there and they stop talking. It should not be like that. The teacher movement should be very natural, going from one pair to another, just standing, not looking at the faces of the people she is listening to, and does not make them conscious about herself, and listens to their conversation and checks whether they are using those phrases or not. Once the students notice that the teacher is alert and she is going around to monitor and of course help them if possible, if in any case they need some help, the teacher can also be a facilitator, but let the peers work independently and get on with their exercises by themselves and use the phrases as required. So the speakers should be really dealt in a very independent manner, and it should be a very learner-centered class for the students to speak more. The speaking skills sessions allows and encourages the students to speak more than the teacher. The teacher has to make her talk very little in front of the students. The portion should be, the ratio should be very less than the ratio of the students speaking activity in a session which is going on with the activities of speaking in the English language classroom. The teacher also can not only monitor but also can evaluate if she wants to, and make an informal observation of the speaking skills of her students. To compare them later on with the improvement, she can probably do the evaluation in the first 2 lessons of the speaking skills, and then after about 10 lessons she can re-evaluate her students and notice whether there is some improvement made or little improvement made, great improvement made, or no improvement made at all, so that according to that information she can further develop activities for the students to work on the speaking skills in the classroom in order to improve that.